हरे कृष्ण।
बहुत देर तक बैठना है।
नीचे हरे कृष्ण। वेलकम यू ऑल। वेलकम वेलकम। चलिए कीर्तन शुरू करते हैं। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी माधव कुंज विहारी विजनवल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। जय राधा कुंज विहारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे राम Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, श्रीला गुरुदेव की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। प्लीज रिपीट। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। तो आप अपने फोन में वर्स निकाल लीजिए। टुडे वी विल स्टडी फ्रॉम चैप्टर कैंटो 6 चैप्टर 4 एंड वर्स नंबर 30। वर्स नंबर 30। So SB 6.4.30. Yes, Mati.
SB
6.4.30. 30. Again, yes mean ये तो ये न चाहिए, yes से yes में है ना। Please repeat. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
यस्मिन् यतो ये न च यस्य यस्मै यस्मिन् यतो ये न च यस्य यस्मै यद्यो यथा कुरुते च यद्यो यथा कुरुते कार्यते च यद्यो यथा कुरुते कार्यते च परावरेषां प्रा परावरेषां परमं परप्राक् प्रसिद्धम् परावरेषां परमं प्राक् प्रसिद्धम् तद्ब्रह्म तद्हेतुरनन्यदेकम् तद्ब्रह्म तद्हेतुरनन्यदेकम् वर्ड बाय वर्ड ट्रांसलेशन बाय शिला प्रभुपाद की। आप सब लोग हिंदी सब समझते हैं, तो विल टेक हिंदी वाला ट्रांसलेशन, थोड़ा समझ में आएगा आपको इजीली, बट यू जस्ट हियर एंड रिपीट। ओके, यस्मिन, ध्यान से सुने एक वर्ड ना, यस्मिन मतलब जिसमें, भगवान या परम धाम में। okay. यतः जिससे हर वस्तु उद्भूत है। तो यस्मिन मतलब जिसके अंदर सब कुछ है, तो भगवान के अंदर सब कुछ है। ओके, यतो जिसमें से सब कुछ बाहर निकलेगा, राइट, उद्भूत होता है जिनसे सब कुछ निकलता है। ठीक है, उसके बाद येन जिसके द्वारा हर वस्तु निर्मित है। ओके, सो एवरीथिंग इज इनसाइड द गॉड, everything comes out from the God, and then everything is built by God. Yasmin yato yen च यस्य। यस्य का मतलब क्या है? अब यस्य कह रहे हैं जिसकी हर वस्तु है, राइट, जिसकी हर वस्तु, एवरीथिंग बिलोंग्स टू हिम। और यस्मै मतलब इट इज एवरीथिंग इज ऑफर्ड टू हिम। सो यू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ फर्स्ट लाइन। एवरीथिंग, भगवान, सब कुछ भगवान के अंदर है, सब कुछ भगवान से ही निकलेगा, जिसके अंदर उसी में से निकलेगा। मतलब इसको लॉजिकली अब आप याद भी कर सकते हैं ना, एवरीथिंग उनके पास सब कुछ है, सब कुछ उनके अंदर से निकलेगा, निकलेगा तो निर्मित होगा। देन एवरीथिंग दैट वी सी बाय आवर मटेरियल आइज इज क्रिएटेड बाय हिम। यस्य, फिर वो सब उन्हीं का है, और यस्मै वो फिर उन्हीं को अर्पण कर देना है। सो दैट बिलोंग्स टू हिम आल्सो, दैट इज टू बी ऑफर्ड टू हिम। ठीक है, यद यद यो, जो, प्लीज रिपीट, यद यो जो मतलब जो भी, राइट, वट एवर यू से। यथा जिस तरह, अच्छा, कुरुते संपन्न करता है, कार्यते कराया जाता है, च भी परावरेशाम भौतिक तथा आध्यात्मिक दोनों जगतों में, भौतिक और आध्यात्मिक दोनों जगतों में। अच्छा, परमम, परम सुप्रीम है, प्राक उद्गम, जैसे हम कहते हैं ना प्राचीन, पहले, तो एवरीथिंग उद्गम, सो ही इज द सोर्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग, राइट। प्रसिद्धम, हर एक को भली भांति ज्ञात, जैसे कहते हैं ना भगवान प्रसिद्ध हो गए, तो he is the प्रसिद्ध, he is the only one that everybody knows or everybody should know him, right? He is the most famous personality in that, right? प्रसिद्ध, okay. उसके बाद तत्, वह, ब्रह्म, पर ब्रह्म, right? Even supreme, right? Then tat hetu, समस्त कारणों के कारण, अनन्यत, अन्य कारण न होते हुए, एकम, अद्वितीय. So in that sense he becomes advitiya. There is none other than him. He is the only supreme Lord. Okay. अब इस पूरे श्लोक को समझने की कोशिश करते हैं, समझ में आ जाएगा इजीली. थोड़ा सा बस आप ध्यान रखें, ठीक है. पहले ट्रांसलेशन सुन लीजिए, रिपीट कर लीजिए, and then we will try to revise that. Translation by Srila Prabhupada की. Please hear and repeat. परब्रह्म कृष्ण प्रत्येक वस्तु के परम आश्रय तथा उद्गम है. हर कार्य उन्हीं के द्वारा किया जाता है. हर वस्तु उन्हीं की है और हर वस्तु उन्हीं को अर्पित की जाती है. वे ही परम लक्ष्य हैं और चाहे वे स्वयं कार्य करते हों या अन्यों से कराते हों, वे परम करता है. वेरी क्लियर, राइट? वैसे उच्च तथा निम्न अनेक कारण हैं. There are different reasons that we perceive or that we may perceive, right? किंतु समस्त कारणों के कारण होने से वे परब्रह्म कहलाते हैं, जो समस्त कार्यकलापों के पहले से विद्यमान थे. जो पराग शब्द मैंने कहा था, तो पराग मतलब he is the origin, he is the most ancient one. वे अद्वितीय हैं और उनका कोई अन्य कारण नहीं है. मैं उनको सादर प्रणाम करता हूँ. It's a little bit too philosophical, लेकिन समझ में आएगा. थोड़ा ध्यान देंगे उसके ऊपर, ध्यान से सुनेंगे. और जैसे मैं लॉजिकली आपको समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, तो अब आप श्लोक पे ध्यान दें. तो पहले क्या बोल रहे हैं? यस्मिन यतो येन च यस्य यस्मै. तो इसको आप ऐसे समझें, एक पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ गॉड है, सब कुछ उन्हीं के अंदर है, फिर उन्हीं से उद्भूत होगा, उन्हीं से वो निकलेगा, और फिर उन्हीं से सब कुछ निर्मित होगा. उन्हीं से निर्मित होगा, और जब उन्हीं से निर्मित होगा, यस्य, फिर क्या है? वो उन्हीं का है, राइट? और फिर यस्मै, वो उन्हीं को फिर ऑफर कर दिया जाता है. दैट बिलोंग्स टू हिम ओनली, राइट? सो ही इज द एवरीथिंग, इज द सोर्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग. अच्छा, पहले तो ये पहली लाइन में ये उन्होंने समझा लिया. अब दूसरी लाइन में बताते हैं काम होते कैसे हैं. यद्यो यथा कुरुते कार्यते च. यद यो मतलब जो वट एवर, यथा जैसे भी, हाउएवर, वट एवर, हाउएवर, कुरुते, या तो वो खुद कर रहे हैं या वो किसी से करवा रहे हैं. ही इज द मेन डूअर. समझ गया? दूसरी लाइन का मतलब समझ में आ गया. फिर तीसरी लाइन में क्या कह रहे हैं? अब जो काम कर रहे हैं, प्रश्न ये आता है, क्या सभी भगवान करने की बनाया है? वो कहते हैं ये परावरेशा. परा क्या कहते हैं? विच इज परा, विच इज बियॉन्ड दिस मटेरियल realm. That is also come from him, or which is within this material realm, that is also coming. Paravaresha, Paramam, right? Prak Prasiddham. Paramam once again supreme, right? And Prak, he is the ancient one. He is the most ancient one. He existed when nothing was there. और आपने, you must recall when we studied in the second canto and third canto, when the primary creation was happening, only भगवान अकेले थे खुद. सबसे पहले महाविष्णु, महाविष्णु से फिर कौन आए? गर्भोदक्षाय विष्णु. And Garbhodakshaya Vishnu was lying alone into the Garbhodak ocean. Then from him came Brahmaji. In fact, before that, from him, this whole planetary system came. And that is became the stem of the जो lotus निकला और उसके top पे से फिर ब्रह्मा जी निकले. So he is Prag. Now you understand why he is Prag. And he is the Prasiddha. He is the well known. He is the one who is to be the most famous one. So that's meaning of line number 3. And then the meaning of line number 4. What is saying in the line number 4? Tad Brahm, Tad Hetur Ananyad Ekam. He is the Brahm. Right? And he is the Hetu also. Tad Hetu matlab samast karanon ke karan. Hetu bolte hai reason. So he is the cause of all the causes. And that's why he is Advitya. He is the only one. Understand? Okay. Now who wants to recite the verse? One Prabhuji and one Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yasmin yato yena cha yasya yasmai.
Yasmin yato yena cha yasya yasmai.
Yajyo yatha kurate karyate cha.
Yajyo yatha kurute karyate cha.
Paravaresham paramam prakaprasiddham.
Paravaresham paramam prakrasiddham.
Tad Brahma taddetu anyad ekam.
Tad Brahma tad heturananyadekam. Sorry, कुछ लोग बाद में आए हैं. You know the verse SB 6.4.30. You can search on your phones. Children, you can bring it on your phone. Best use of your devices. Yes. Okay, search for SB 6.4.30. Do you all know about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Yeah? Nice. Looking at their enthusiasm, I thought they know, which is great.
What's that picture? Yeah.
बेटे उनको help करो, help your friends, all your friends. Good. Karan, how? No. Kabir, yes. Kabir, how are you going? Good. We were missing you. Where were you? You were busy somewhere. Okay, nice. Okay, you got it on your phones? Very good. You want to, you can recite, somebody else will recite, and you repeat. And when you hear, you can repeat exactly. Right? So don't be too concerned. But if you hear nicely, then you can also speak nicely. Okay, one Mataji, who wants to recite the verse? Okay, Mataji, please.
Yasmin yato yena jayasya yasmai.
Yasmin yato yena chayasya yasmai. Yajyo yatha kurute karyate cha. Paravaresham paramam prakrasiddham. Tad Brahma tad heturananyadekam. Another Mataji wants to try. Mataji, you want to try? Please. Yes, Mataji, you go. Yes, please. Yasmin yato ye na cha yasya yasmai. Yadyo yathaku prute karyate cha. Paravarisham paramam prasiddham. Tad brahma tad heturananyadekam. Nice. Nice. Thank you. Okay. Children, were you able to follow? Yeah. Good. Good. I'm so happy to see you all here. You showing so much. We vibrate energy. So we take draw energy from each other. If someone who is sitting next to you or sitting close to you, if they are enthusiastic, if they are full of energy, then others also feel the same. Yeah? Okay, maybe I ask you to read the translation. What is your name? You. Yes. Mishi. What is your name? Amira. Aditri. Oh, nice. What is your name? Ahana. Okay. Arna. Purvi. Lagan. Okay. Okay. Better you read the translation of the verse. Everybody, please repeat. You read one line, like few words, and then you stop, and others will repeat. Read the translation.
Brahma, Krishna, the ultimate resting place and the source of everything.
Okay.
The
The Supreme Brahman Krishna is the ultimate resting place and source of everything. Yeah. Maybe take a pause after 4 words and then others can. Yes, you read.
Everything is done for him. Things offered to him.
Everything done by him, everything belongs to him, and everything is offered to him. Nice. Next.
He is the ultimate object. But causing others to act, he is the ultimate goal.
He is the ultimate objective, and whether acting or causing others to act, he is the ultimate doer. Okay, Ahana, you want to try? There are many causes, high and low, but since he is the cause of all causes. Okay, next. Yes, Anna, please. He is well known as the Supreme Brahman who existed before all activities. Okay, next.
He is one without a second.
He is one without a second and has no other cause. I therefore offer my respects unto him. And who is that personality? Whom are we offering our respects to? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Now the children are here. Maybe before we read the purport. Do you remember last week? Okay. So first the context. Okay. So last week, what were we studying? Can anybody say what was the chapter? No, not the number. 6 point something. Once somebody asked a Punjabi, ke Pandav kitne the? How many Pandavas were there? And he said, Yudhishthir, te Arjun, te ek aur, te ek da naam mein bhul gaya. So 6 point something means nothing. I want to know what was the chapter title. Or any idea. What was the theme?
Conversations between Yamraji and Yamraji servants.
His servants. Who is Yamraj? Let me ask children. Who is Yamraj? Who knows who is Yamraj? Let them try. Not the you can come forward here, Krishna and everyone else. Do you know who is Yamraj? No? Don't know? Ahana, you don't know? None of you don't know? Okay, okay. Okay, Ahana, please tell. He is the demon king. Okay. One more try. Who else wants to say who's Yamraj? Oh, you repeat it. Anyone else? Who is Yamraj? Yes, Krishna. He is the god of death. He is the god of death. Yes. He is also king of, you can say, king of demons, because they also come under his jurisdiction. We all come under his jurisdiction. Who doesn't come under his jurisdiction now? Who doesn't come under Yamraj's jurisdiction?
No, the Vaishnavas.
Vaishnavas, yeah, all the Vaishnavas. Who else? Anybody else? I'm looking at you, children. Prabhu, if you can come this side.
Just move.
Yeah, you would just move a little bit this side. Yes, please. He is the king of. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, let me tell you. So Yamraj, he is the one who decides when we die, when people die, or okay, let me further simplify this. Yamraj has an assistant whose name is Chitragupt. Chitra means pictures and Gupt means secretly. Okay. So he takes pictures secretly of all of our activities. If we think nobody is watching us, he's watching us. What is his name? Chitragupt. Chitra means what? Picture. And Gupt means what? Secretly. So he's taking pictures of everyone. So Chitragupt keeps an account of what this particular individual is doing. If mummy can't see you, he's seeing it. He is taking picture. As in, he has the proof also. Not only audio, he has the video also. He has the photo proof. Right? So he keeps track of activities of every living entity. Okay. Now what happens is, when we die or when we leave this body, then we have to go somewhere. Right? So you at least believe in rebirth? Who has a question about rebirth? Arjun, you believe in rebirth? Who doesn't believe in rebirth? Everybody believes in rebirth, right? So we are going to take another birth. So now the question is, where we go? What will happen? What body we will get? And who will decide? Yamraj will decide. Purvi, yes, spot on. So Yamraj will decide. And how he will decide? Because his servants are taking notes about our activities. And all the activities that we're not doing only physically, but what we do with our mind also. What we're doing with our words also. If you're saying something, it gets recorded. If you're thinking something bad or good, that is also getting recorded. And if you're actually doing something as well, sometimes you think and don't do it. But if you think and do it as well, and you speak as well, so you have made 3 offenses. So he's taking note of everything. And then what happens is, when the soul travels, because Yamraj has his servants, they're called Yamduts. They take the soul, they take the living entity in Yamraj's court. And there Chitragupt reads out that this is what this living entity did. He's reading out loudly so that the living entity can hear and Yamraj can also hear. Right? And based on that, the next body is given to us. Based on that, we get sent to another place so that we can enjoy the results of our activities. Now, those results could be good and they could be bad as well. Okay? Everybody following me? Children, you following everybody? Right? So last week, what we were discussing was the chapter was Yamduts I'll do a little repetition. I think we have some new people here. There was a very nice topic. And then we will come to this chapter. So what had happened was there was this person who did all the sinful activities. But just before he was about to die, he called out for his son, whose name was Narayan. And as he called out for his son, so what had happened was he could see the servants of Yamaraj had come to take him. And they were about to drag his soul out of his heart. And as he saw them, he got scared. And because he was scared, out of fear, he called out for his son, whose name was Narayan. And who's Narayan? His son. But who's actually Narayan? Who is that personality? Krishna himself. Right? You all following, children? So Narayan means all the Nar means all the living entities who take his shelter. So he's that personality. Right? So he's Narayan. So he called out for his son, whose name was Narayan. But then what happened was Krishna was listening. And as soon as he loudly called out for his son Narayan, Krishna thought he's calling out for me. And then he immediately sent his servants. 4 servants immediately rushed to the same spot. And they defeated Yamdutas. They told them, you cannot take this person with you. And they said, why? They said, he has been such a sinful person. He has done so many sinful activities. Right? Prabhu, you can, there is spot here, Prabhu. Maybe you can put Mridanga here, Prabhu. Yeah, there is spot here. So, the Yamduta said he has done so many sinful activities because before they left to take him back, to take him to Yamdut, to take him to Yamraj, they had checked his account. He was a sinful person. But as they were in transit, rather they reached there and they were about to drag his soul out, he called out for Narayan. And as he called out for Narayan, what was the name of his son? Bhagwan Narayan sent his messengers. He said, oh, somebody is calling me. My devotee is calling me. I should take care of him. Krishna feels indebted. And then 4 Vishnu Dutas came, as in servants of Narayan. They came, they rushed to the spot immediately, and then they told Yamdutas, you can't touch this person. They said, no, but he has been such a sinful person. He's been drinking alcohol, he's been gambling, he's been stealing, he's been cheating people, he has been killing, beating people. He cheated on his, as in like he left his parents. So he's the most sinful person. But then they said, no, because he called out for his son, even though he called out for his son, but because he called out for Narayan, now Narayan has taken a vow to take care of him. And that's why we have come and you cannot touch him. And then Vishnu Dutas defeated Yamdutas. And then Yamdutas went back to their master. And they asked him, we thought you are the only master. You are the only one who decides the fate of people. But who are these 4 personalities? They came, they were so effulgent, they were so beautiful, they were so handsome, right? They had so many, they had 4 arms. You've seen Vishnu pictures with 4 arms, right? So what it is we all aspire to become a servant of Vishnu. We all aspire to serve Srimati Radharani or Lord Shri Krishna. And we want to be a servant of a servant of a servant who is serving Krishna or is serving Srimati Radharani. That is the mood that we want to develop. Right? So then Yamraj messengers, they went back to me. They said, we thought there is only one master, but we got defeated by these 4 people. Who were they? And then Yamraj said, you are right. I'm not the supreme person. There is another supreme person under whom Indra works. You know who Indra is? Who is Indra? He is the king of heavenly planets. He is the king of heavenly planets. He controls the weather. He is the god of rain. Indra. Right? So Yamraj said, even Indra is not that superior. There is someone above Indra also. There is someone above me also. And who is that personality? Krishna. So then Yamraj told his messengers that they did the right thing. You have no right to touch a person who is listening to Hari Katha, who is chanting my holy names, or who is sitting in a program like this. And then from that day onwards, Yamraj, whenever he sees his messengers going to take someone, he has given them a warning. He said, don't even go near them. Because these people, they are listening my katha, they are listening my pastimes, they are chanting my glories. Like you read that verse, the translation of that verse. That is as good as glorifying Krishna. Right? He is without a second and has no other cause. I therefore offer my respects to him. Right? So that is as good as chanting his holy name. That is as good as glorifying him. So that's what Yamaraj is saying. Because Bhagavad Katha Sumattam, Parihar Bhagavad Katha Sumattam. He says, stay away from the people, from the living entities who are listening to Hari Katha, who are glorifying Krishna. Because Prabhu Aham Anya Nirnam Na Vaishnavanam. Because I'm the master of other people, not the people who are listening to Hari Katha, who are engaged in listening and hearing and chanting the pastimes and glories of Krishna. Yeah, you understand now? So you understand who is Yamraj, who is Yamdut, who is Vishnudut, what happens to next. Now my question. Now Yamraj told his messengers who are the people, who are the people to be taken to Yamraj, and who are the people that they should be stay away from. So first of all, he said, who are the people? They are to be taken to Yamraj. Who are those people? Yes, Purvi. Who do sinful activities? Yes. What else?
Who don't bow down to Krishna.
Yes. One. Anna, what was the other one? Who don't pray to Krishna? Jivvana Bhakti Bhagavat Gunanamadeyam. Whose tongues are not chanting the holy name of the Lord. You know, with this tongue we say so many things. So the real purpose of the tongue is what? To chant the holy names and also to honor the prasadam. The food that is offered, or bhoga that is offered to the Lord, then we partake. We accept it as a prasad. So the purpose of the tongue now, children, there are the two purposes of the tongue. What are they? Honor the prasad. Yes, very nice. Good. What is the second one? To chant the holy names, right? From the tongue. So now let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know why we raise our hands? This is something new that you learned today. Why do we raise our hands? Yes, Purvi. Oh, we could have Krishna. Very beautiful. Yes, Anna. To bring Krishna closer to us. Very nice. Yes, Vedan. We like to praise him. Yes. Anything else? Whatever comes to your mind. Why do we raise our arms? Krishna can pick us. Yes, who is saying? We focus by when we raise our hands. That's very nice. Very nice. We just focus on our chanting. Yes. Sorry? They feel connected to him. That's right. Very nice. Very nice. There is little one more thing I want to add to all of these. The mood. The mood. You know how if you make an offense and you are running away from police, what will they say? Hands up. Hands up. Don't move. Right? And if you still don't raise your hands, if you say, okay, come, what will happen? They will shoot you. Taser, or you know what they call it. Yeah? If you say, no, who are you? No, but if you raise your hands, then say immediately, okay, now you have surrendered. Right? So that's one aspect. So we are surrendering to Krishna. We're saying, Krishna, I'm totally surrendered to you now. I've raised my hands. Right? That's one mode. Now, who said connected to Krishna? Right. So the connection is, we say, my dear Krishna, You know how a child comes? Now you're all grown up. If a little child comes and he raises his hands, what will mommy do? Pick him up. Same mood. We go in front of Krishna raising our hand. Oh, my dear Krishna, please pick me up. Please, hold me in your arms. Please lift me because he is so supreme. So when we are chanting the mantra, when we are chanting his holy names, we raise our hands. Oh, my dear Krishna, now I'm totally surrendered to you. Please pick me up. Please take me. Right? And like mummy just lifts if the child comes. Sometimes even the grown-ups, they come and say, mummy, and then mummy will still try to lift them up, right? Mummy still try to lift you up. Even though she can't, because now you're grown up. And she will say, Ab tum bade ho gaye ho. Now you're grown up. And then you still say, no, please hug me. Right? So same mode. Right? Same mode. So going back, who are to be taken to Yamraj? Who don't chant Lord's holy name? Arna, you said. Who don't bow down to Krishna. Right? And then, what was the third one? Somebody said, remembering in the... Sorry?
Sinful activity.
Who doing sinful activities, they are to be taken to Yamraj. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, they are to be taken to Yamraj. Those who don't remember Krishna, those who don't bow down in front of Krishna, right? Those who don't chant his holy names. But the three main ones were, we have to, as soon as we come, we bow down. Wherever you see an altar, you just bow down in front of it. Right? So that's one. Then from your tongue, you chant his names and you honor the prasadam. And then in your heart, you remember him. You remember him all the time. Before you sleep, you say a little prayer to Krishna. Oh, my dear Krishna, you've been so nice to me for the whole day. Right? You have looked after me so nicely. Just say some prayers to him. And whoever said connected, you said connected. That is how we connect with him. And he connects. That's how you connect with your parents, right? Very logical. You connect with your parents. Similarly, he is the supreme parent. We connect. So these are the people who are to be taken to Yamraj. And who are the people? Yamraj said, don't even go near them. Who are those people? These are the people who are chanting Krishna's name, who are hearing Krishna Katha. What? Who are connected to Krishna. Yes. He was unwell 2 weeks ago and he had to be taken to hospital and doctors. But yeah, he's a good devotee. He does good service. He's recovered well. Okay, who else wants to try? Who wants to just say? Why? Why the Yamduts will not come to you? Because you are sitting here, you are hearing Krishna Katha, because you are doing some service for Krishna. You are cooking something for Krishna. When we do our hall program, we have all these children. Sometimes, Arna will come with his father. Sometimes Purvi will come. Lagan will come. Krishna will come. They all will come and help us set up the hall. So you are doing some service for Krishna. Yes. You care for Krishna. Very nice. Where do you live? Where do they live? They live close by? They come with you?
With me.
Oh, with you. Are you there, mother? Very nice, mother. Please keep bringing them. Please keep them connected and engage them. They are very bright children. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we are going to study today's verse. So, right, if you want to stay, you are welcome to stay. If you want to do something else, you can do something else. But then I'll call you again before the Aarti, and then we will be, yeah, you will sing in Narsim prayer. Who all are practicing Ram Stuti, all are preparing for the, yeah, you've been practicing. So you all will sing as well. Okay. And so now we have to study today's chapter as well. So let's hear this chapter. Okay. Let's do Mangla Charan and then you all can stay and please try to repeat. But when you feel bored, you can go or you can tell me that we are bored. Speak something else. Otherwise, keep listening. Yeah. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savadetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubha Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhute Mahatpir Yaima Puro Vibho Nirmaya Shete Yadamosha Purusha Bhumte Gunansho Dashasho Dashatmakam Solank Srishta Bhagavan Vachamsi Me Shri Krishna Sharanam Sharanaagatam Katha Amritam Satat Pibatam Bhakti Vedanta Marga Pantanam Sarvalok Rishi Dev Janma Prasannam Sarvalok Rishi Dev Janma Prasannam. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis and all the children, please pray for me. May the Supreme Lord bless me, decorate my tongue. May the right words are spoken at the right time. And may we are all truly able to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, and serve all the living entities. Hare Krishna. So that Radha Krishna, they are Vrinda brought them, is it? On the table, or is it? They will. Oh, they are and Navyas. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I just saw them. Yeah, Vrinda also has. Where is Vrinda? Is she here today? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, she also has Radha Krishna. Okay, so purport of this verse, please hear the purport, and then we will talk a bit further. Please hear attentively. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original cause as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. Even this material world, which is conducted under the modes of material nature, is caused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who therefore also has an intimate relationship with the material world. If the material world were not a part of this body, his body, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Cause would be incomplete. Therefore, we hear Vasudev Sarvam Iti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. If one knows that Vasudev is the original source, original cause of all causes, he becomes a perfect Mahatma. The Brahma Samhita declares, Ishvara Parma Krishna Satchidanand Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karan Karana. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. The supreme Brahman, Tad Brahma, is the cause of all causes, but he has no cause. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakara Karana. Govinda, Krishna is the original cause of all causes, but he has no cause for his appearance as Govinda. Govinda expands in multifarious forms, but nevertheless they are one, as confirmed by Madhvacharya, Ananya Sada Sadbhavad Eko Rupadi Abhedata. Krishna has no cause nor an equal, and he is one because his various forms as Swamsha and Vibhinamsha are not different from himself. Srila Bhaktivedanta purports ki. Okay, so this chapter now, let's get our some context. Hindi sabko samajhta hai abhi? I think for children, I have to speak in English, but I will mix Hindi and English. But if somebody doesn't understand Hindi, please let me know. You don't understand Hindi, bro? Thoda thoda. Okay. Okay, nice. So this chapter is titled Haṁsa-guhya prayers by Dakṣa. Now going back, you remember Dakṣa Prajāpati. Who knows Dakṣa Prajāpati? Who was Dakṣa Prajāpati?
Brahmaji's son.
Brahmaji's son, yes. What else? Dakṣa was father-in-law of Lord Shiva. Yes. Bhagwan Shiv ke sasur hain Dakṣa Prajāpati. And what is the name of daughter? Famous daughter of Dakṣa Prajāpati who got married to Mata Sati. So Mata Sati, who is daughter of Prasuti, who is daughter of Manu Maharaj. So Manu Maharaj had three daughters. Devhuti, Prasuti. And there was one more. Akuti, Devhuti, and Prasuti. From Prasuti's daughter, one of the daughters' name was Sati, and she was married to Dakṣa Prajāpati. Now you remember one day in an assembly of Brahmaji, where Dakṣa Prajāpati, and by the way, Dakṣa Prajāpati is son of Brahmaji. He is born from the body of Brahmaji. Brahmaji never creates anybody from like other living entities. We have these children, we increase the progeny through male and female connection. But Brahmajis, they are mind-born sons. They born from the different body parts of Brahmaji. So Dakṣa Prajāpati or Dakṣa, and what is the little meaning of Dakṣa word? Expert. Little meaning, who is expert in everything. So Dakṣa is mind-born son of Brahmaji, and Prajāpati, Praja means people who are जो आपके अंडर में है. जैसे आपके बच्चे आपकी प्रजा, your children are your प्रजा, जो आपकी केयर में है, who are dependent on you. So same thing, Brahmaji, he appointed some good people who were knowledgeable, who were also you can say who had also had the skills. They got appointed as Prajapati, as in master of certain type of praja. So Dakṣa, he was very good. He was doing his duties very nicely, and then he was appointed Prajapati of all the Prajapatis. He got a promotion. And as he got a promotion, he was sitting in the assembly of Lord Brahma. Not yet, sorry, Dakṣa wasn't there. So in the assembly of Lord Brahma, all the demigods are sitting there, and Lord Shiva is also sitting there. And Lord Shiva is sitting there, and what he is doing? वो भगवान कृष्ण के नाम को chant कर रहे थे. He was chanting the name of Lord Krishna in his heart. And as Dakṣa walked into the assembly, everybody stood up. उनके स्वागत के लिए सब लोग खड़े हो गए. Brahmaji, obviously, Brahmaji was his father, so Brahmaji did not have to stand up. Everybody stood up except Brahmaji and Bhagwan Shiva, Lord Shiva. And Dakṣa took an offense against Lord Shiva. उसको गुस्सा आ गया. I am the Prajapati of Prajapati. I am coming here और ये मुझे देख के खड़े नहीं हो रहे. Lord Shiva, can I tell you one? Once Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, we all lived in this kind of illusion. Once he was in Agra. What are the two famous things in Agra? Taj Mahal पागलखाना, yes. पागलखाने को क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में? Mental hospital. So if you go to Agra, mental hospital is also famous. Taj Mahal is also famous. In fact, जिसने ताज महल बनाया, he could have been the first patient of that. Right? Right? He would qualify to be the first patient of that facility. And what else? There is a sweet. Petha, yes. Petha किसका बनता है पेठा? Pumpkin sweet. So when you go to Agra, you should eat pumpkin sweet. You may go to Taj Mahal or you may go to mental hospital also. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the Prime Minister of India, he happened to be in Agra for some official visit. And on that day, they were releasing some patients from the mental hospital. So they thought, who is the great personality we can invite? So they invited Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He had some half an hour in his schedule and they invited him to the hospital. And he was invited as a chief guest. And as they were releasing these patients, so they were giving them some certificate. And they asked Mr. Nehru that maybe you give these certificates to them. He said, okay. So he was giving certificate. He gave certificates to one or two patients. Then the third patient came. And then Pandit Nehru asked him, what is your name? He told his name and then he asked Pandit Nehru, what is your name? He said, you don't know me? I am Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Prime Minister of India. He said, oh, I was also like you when I came here 6 months ago. I was also thinking I'm the Prime Minister of India. He said, they are very good people. They will fix you in 6 months. Don't worry. See? So this is how we live in illusion. So Dakṣa Prajāpati, he was puffed up. He said, everybody stood up. What is wrong with this Shiva? And he started speaking bad words to Shiva. He called him Markat Netra. He said, my daughter is Mriglochini. Her eyes are like deer, she-deer eyes, such beautiful eyes. And you are Markat Lochna. Your eyes are like monkey. What do you think of yourself? Why didn't you stand up? And there was it turned out to be a big, argument. But Lord Shiva did not say anything. He quietly walked away from the assembly. But Dakṣa was still not satisfied. He thought, let me teach a lesson to Lord Shiva now. And then he got another promotion. And he arranged a big yagna ceremony. बहुत बड़े हवन का उन्होंने arrangement किया. और उन्होंने सबको बुलाया, लेकिन बोलता मैं शिव को नहीं बुलाऊंगा. I won't invite Lord Shiva. But somehow all the demigods, they were going into that assembly, and Mother Sati noticed them. All the aeroplanes are going, the demigod going in their aeroplanes, and their wife, they had dressed them so nicely. And she also said to Lord Shiva that I also want to go to my father's place. How did she find out? Because they were talking in the plane. In the plane, they were talking. Dekho, hum to ja rahe hain, Sati yahan baithiye. Like people like to tease. They are also in different moods. They're like, oh, we're going. And they were talking about Dakṣa's arranged such a big ceremony, this and that. And Sati felt that I should also go. And then she goes to Lord Shiva and she says to Lord Shiva that, my dear sir, or my dear, Lord, that I also want to go and attend the yagna ceremony. Can we go? Lord Shiva said, I know about it, but we are not invited. Maybe it's not a good idea for us to go there. But then Sati insisted on going. Then Lord Shiva said, okay, you go if you want to go. So Mother Sati still went to that yagna ceremony. And then what happened to Mother Sati when she reached there? Nobody welcomed her. You see how Nitish Prabhu is standing here on the hallway to welcome everyone. When Mother Sati came, somebody like who was standing there, they also ran away. They were scared. They thought if Dakṣa sees us talking to her, then he might scold us. So everybody just, started turning their faces away. Nobody spoke to her. Just her sisters spoke to her nicely, and that's it. And she felt very bad about it. And then when she reached the yagna, the place where the yagna was being performed, So normally when we do these ceremonies, there is a share for every demigod. And I think that's what some thought just came to my mind. I want to highlight this was, these marriage ceremonies, other auspicious activities that we are performing at our homes. So every ceremony, we are inviting these demigods. ये तो आपने सुना है सब देवताओं को बुलाया जाता है इंद्र के लिए, चंद्र के लिए, भगवान शिव के लिए, सबके लिए we put a share for everyone. Now you look at these weddings, जो आजकल weddings हो रही हैं, destination wedding, whatever they call them. The wedding, the ceremony happens sometime at 12 o'clock, sometime at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That is not the auspicious time. You doing some ceremony and you are putting a share for Indra. Indra won't come at 2 a.m. After sunset, no demigod come. After sunset, it is called Rakshasi Vela. The demons, जो निशाचर हैं, they are the one who are roaming out. So how can you expect that ceremony to be successful? People don't realize this. They are drinking alcohol, they are serving meat in those functions, and there is a ceremony happening, and you are inviting Indra to come and take his part. You are inviting Lord Shiva to come and take his part. In fact, the yagna is called the mouth of Lord Vishnu. Yagna is the mouth of Lord Vishnu because everything that you are offering, it is going into the mouth of Lord Vishnu. Even the fire, you hear the Pandit when he's inviting different type of fires into those, when he's performing yagna, and there you are serving meat, there you are serving alcohol, there you are taking things until midnight. How do you expect the outcome to be good outcome?
Prabhuji, meat, alcohol is a different story, but like जैसे हमारे हिमाचल में शादी रात को ही करते हैं, वो ग्रह नक्षत्र देख के किस टाइम से चलेगा?
As long as they are consulting a priest, as long as the muhurat, the timing. So all I'm highlighting is the timing is very important. You please make sure if somebody in your relation, because I was there, we recently attending a wedding. The ceremony, the Fera ceremony happening at 2 a.m. The boy comes, he's drunk, who is about to get married. How can he sit on there and offer ahuti into the fire? Will it be a successful outcome for them? No. So that's very important. We have to make sure that we follow these. Outside of that, you do whatever you want to, but at least the point I'm making is now that we are sitting here, the demigods are here. They have come to hear Krishna Katha. Wherever there is Krishna's name, wherever there is chanting of holy name, the demigods come. And it is not as if Indra is here, he can't go there. They also have this siddhi. They have this mystic power. They can be at multiple places at any given point of time. Otherwise, there are havan happening. There is yagna happening at hundreds of places. The marriage season. Everybody is calling Indra Swaha. Then Indra, because he has those mystic powers, he can go and he has to go when he's invited nicely. So very, very important point to consider. Now going back to Dakṣa Prajāpati, he was arranging this yagna, but he did not put a share for Lord Shiva. And when Mother Sati saw that, she was very unhappy about it. And she was already insulted by the other people or other servants of Dakṣa. So what she did then? She entered into the fire. Or she generated the fire from Yogagni. It is called Yogagni. She created fire from her own mystic power, from her own body, and she burned herself. And then that Dakṣa Prajāpati was punished by the servants of Lord Shiva, and as you know, he was beheaded. They chopped his head and put it into the yagna fire in the havan. And then there was a compromise and truce, and everybody asked forgiveness and everything. Lord Brahma came, right? And then they approached Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva said, I don't mind at all. Even if he's insulted me, I'm not affected. I did this little thing to only teach them a lesson. And then Lord Shiva revived Dakṣa Prajāpati. He gave him a head of goat. He got the head of the goat. Okay, now this is where today's story starts. So Daksh Prajapati, he got head of a goat, and that yagna was completed. But after the completion of that yagna, Daksh felt very ashamed of himself. He was living in a depression that I insulted Lord Shiva, I did so many bad things. And then it is said, then that Daksh with the head of a goat, he left, or he lost his body, he left that body. What is the time? 7:32. Okay. He left that body, and then he also had mystic powers, by the way, mind you. He was son of Lord Brahma. And then he went and performed austerities. So this is when this happened when? In the first Manvantar. Just so you can appreciate what is when I'm saying Manvantar, right? Little revision of what you know. First of all, how many yugas are there? Kitne yug hote hain? 4 yugas. What are they? Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yug. And what is the duration of these yugas? So just know Kali Yug. Kali Yug is 4,32,000. And then, so just double. Just double. So if Kali Yug is 4,32,000, then Dwapar is 864, and then
1296.
and then 1296, and then Satyug. So like this is one Chaturyug. So we're gonna go up to the 1 day of Lord Brahma. So just so you can appreciate in human years. So these are human years, human years, like people like us, our 100 years, like we say. So these are, when we say 4,32,000 years, that is 4,32,000 human years. Our 1 year is demigods, 1 day. Half day and half night. Out of 365 days, so 6 months is their day, 6 months is their night. So that's demigod days. But Lord Brahma is much superior, right? So in Lord Brahma's days, now there are 4 Chaturyugas, right? Now in Lord Brahma, so the next calculation of the next unit is called Manvantar. So Chaturyug and then 1 Manvantar. Now in 1 Manvantar, how many Chaturyugs? 71 Chaturyug in 1 Manvantar. Okay. And if I tell you, I had this number here somewhere. Yeah. The total human years in a Manvantar is 306,720,000. How many years we live? Hardly 70 years, 80 years, right? By the time you hit 50 plus, already knees reconstruction, hair dye, right? All those sab kuch shuru ho jata hai. So this is 306,720,000. These are the human years in 1 Manvantar. Right? And 1 Manvantar has 71 Chaturyugas. Right? And in Brahmaji's 1 day, there are 14 Manvantars. 1 day only. His 1 day is 14 Manvantar, his 190 is 14 Manvantar. Now Daksh Prajapati, when he left his body in first Manvantar, he performed austerity up till Manvantar 5. For 5, 4.5, or a little bit, or more than 4, or nearly 5 Manvantars, Daksh Prajapati performed austerities. He had so much guilt. So 5 Manvantars, and that translates into, I had that. So that translates into 1.533 billion human years he performed austerity. Look at us. Once my Guru Maharaj was telling us, if you count your day and your life, just you can work out how much time I have spent in devotional service. In 1 day, you sleep for 7 hours, let's say, or 8 hours. Then you are eating, then you are working, you are waking up, you are brushing your teeth, you taking bath, you getting dressed up, you getting your hair done, etc., etc. In 1 day, let's say you spend 1 or 2 hours performing devotional service. Let's say 2 hours. In 1 year, how much time is that? How many hours? 700 hours roughly. 700 hours. Let's say you live for 80 years. 80 into 700 is what? 5,000? Right? 56,000 hours. If you divide that by how many hours, Prabhu? In an year, or we just want to know now how many years of devotional service you have done. If you lived 80 years, in 80 years you have performed devotional service 756,000 hours. That translates into how many years? Can somebody do this calculation? Just divide how many hours in 1 year. So 24 into 365. That is the hours in 1 year. So divide that. Just work out 756,000 hours translates into how many years? Or how many days? Maximum 6 to 8 months. Which is not even 1 year of 80 years of our life that we do devotional service. Something to think about, something to contemplate. That Supreme God who has given us so much and who is continuing to giving us, where are we heading? What are we doing? Are we making right use of our time and our existence?
चैतन्य महाप्रभु जी थे जैसे वो तो कितने मतलब महान अब कहें words, so I don't have any words, but like he's trying like 350 lakh mahamantra each day.
You talk about Haridas Thakur. Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Yes. Yeah. He, in 24 hours, he was chanting nearly 23 hours he was chanting. In 24 hours, he was chanting 23 hours. And in that 1 hour, he will eat whatever he, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was himself taking, prasadam for him. Jagannath prasadam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come himself to check upon his health. And when he was about to leave his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in front of him and told him, now you can stop chanting. Now think of us. If Krishna comes here and says, you are guaranteed a spot in Golo, now you can stop the devotional service. What will we do? Haribol. Pack karke rakh diya, my ticket is assured now. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling him, Haridas Thakur, stop. You are confirmed. He's saying, take some prasadam. And he's saying, Sankhya Kirtan Pure Nahi. Oh my Lord, my count, my chanting count is not complete yet. Mahaprabhu says, no, you're fine. You are assured. Because he was about to leave his body, Mahaprabhu knew. But he was still chanting. So this is the mood, Prabhuji Mataji, we're trying to develop. We are in the Grahastha ashram, do your duties, right? But the mood is, or the ultimate aim is, we become like this. It's like our heart is constantly chanting. Ajapa japa. We get into that practice now. We do our rounds, but then otherwise, continuously, it's just you doing your things, but the chanting is also going. We get into that state. So now going back to this, otherwise time will run out. I have to stop soon. So back to Dakṣa Prajāpati. Dakṣa Prajāpati performed austerities up to Manvantar 5. Up to Manvantar 5. Now in Manvantar 6, which is called Chakshusha Manvantar. So this story or this pastime where Dakṣa Prajāpati is offering these Haṁsa-guhya prayers is Manvantar 6. So he performed austerity for 1.533 billion years. And then he's going to take another body now. Right? No, sorry, go back. So, did I tell you about the Prachetas? Remember Prachetas? The 10 sons of Prachin Barhi who had a direct audience with Lord Shiva. Right? So Dakṣa was born from Prachetas. He became the son of Prachetas. So what happened was, now those Prachetas, they went into that lake and they performed austerity for 10,000 years. they sung that prayer that Lord Shiva had taught them to glorify Lord Vishnu. For 10,000 years, they stood under the water and they chanted those prayers. As soon as they came out of the waters, then what happened was, because their father was also performing austerity. In fact, their father said, you go and increase the progeny. Instead, they went and performed austerity for those time. Progeny, isn't it? Their father said, you go and get married and have children because we want to increase the population. But the sons went to perform austerity, to do the prayers, and they get to see Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva tells them, you chant these prayers and you will be blessed. So they went under the water for 10,000 years and they were performing their austerity. On this side, Prajāpati, the king, he was also performing, but he was performing Karam Kanda ceremonies. And in those ceremonies, he was offering, these things. These are called like for fruitful activities. So Naradji came and Naradji told him, what you are doing will not help you go to attain Krishna. You should change. And then Prajāpati also retired. The king, he also retired and he went to the forest. Now king went to the forest, the sons have already gone to perform austerity, so the kingdom became kingless. There was no king. And during this time, the trees grew all around, the plants grew, the whole earth was covered by trees and creepers. Now these prachetas, they finished their austerity, they came out of the water and they are seeing, what is this? This is Manvantar 1, by the way. This is still Manvantar 1. And they came out and they see there are no trees. No, sorry, there is no earth to be seen. And they got angry. Now a question, you may ask a question, why did they become angry? Right? So this is where Srila Prabhupada explains the difference. Somebody might say they've just performed austerities for 10,000 years and why are they upset about now? They should be calm. But their austerity was not devotional service. What is devotional service? The loving devotional service. We doing some service for Krishna. Yes, you can go and stand in the water. This is called Hatha Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, wherein you are performing these, you are trying to control your senses and body and mind and you're chanting certain prayers. But Srila Prabhupada says when we engage ourselves, when we engage our mind, body and senses in doing some meaningful service for Krishna, like you have come here. Matajis have cooked prasadam. Somebody has decorated the place. So this is what is called loving devotional service. You are engaging in some activities. And by doing these services, Prabhupada says, our anger and our, those tantrums, they automatically subsides. They get settled. Whereas if you perform austerity, sometimes people become proud of performing the austerity. You see some of Durvasa Rishi. He's always there to curse you. Always ready to give you some curse. Right? So this is the difference in devotional service and performing these Ashtanga Yoga activities, Hatha Yoga activities. It might give rise to your ego and you will get upset and angry very soon. Whereas in devotional service, the mood is you are a servant of a servant of a servant who is trying to please Krishna. When you think yourself lower than a blade of grass, then naturally you become humble. The humility is there. So prachetas came out, they sing trees all over, the creepers all over, and then they generate fire and air from their mystic powers. The fire is burning the trees and wind is blowing so strongly, the fire is spreading all over. And they started burning these trees. And then Som, Chandra, who is the, how these plants sustain, they get energy from the moon. From the moon, they get the energy. Right? In the night, you will see when the moon is there, because these plants, they are getting energy from the moon. And then the moon god came, Som, who is Som also, he came and he told them, please don't do this. Your father has already gone to the forest. Now you will be the king. And if you do this, what about, because they are your praja, you need to look after them also. And then they listened to me. And then he said to them, you get married to Pramlocha. Right? Pramlocha's daughter. Pramlocha, she was an Apsara from heavenly planets. She had a daughter, her name was Marisa. So Som said, you get married to Marisa and settle into your Grahast life. And from Marisa, they had a son whose name was Dakṣa. Now Dakṣa, first life, he was born from a divine body from Brahmaji. In the second life, he is born from a body of another living entity. Right? So now Daksh realized his mistake. And in this life, he goes to perform austerity. This is Manvantar 1. From Manvantar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he is performing these severe austerities. And now in Manvantar 6, when the Manvantar 6 starts, now he is made a Prajāpati again. And he is asked to create the progeny. And Daksh Prajāpati now in this life, he starts creating the progeny. When he's creating this progeny, he's creating the demons, the demigods. He's still creating this progeny from his mind. He is not yet married. So he had such powers he can create from his mind. So he's creating this progeny, but somehow he's not satisfied. Because like Brahmaji, he could only create certain people, creatures. But then ultimately he had to have Manu Maharaj, and then Manu Maharaj and Shatrupa, they got married, and then from man-woman association, they had children, and the progeny increased. So Daksh Prajapati wasn't satisfied, and then what did he do? He again went to perform austerities. He went to Vindhya mountain, and there he performed austerities for many years. And when he was performing these austerities, that's where he chanted these prayers, which is called Haṁsa-guhya prayers. We don't have time to go through these prayers. You can read at your own time. But the Haṁsa-guhya prayers, they were not written by Daksha. They were already there in the Vedas. Daksha had learnt them, and Daksha recited these prayers. And what is the little meaning of Haṁsa-guhya? Guhya means secret, and Hans means people who can separate matter from spirit. You know, Paramhans, Hans. What is the quality of Hans? He can separate water from the milk. So similarly, these Paramhansa personalities, they can separate matter from the spirit. They can understand. Take, for example, the people who are not Paramhansas, in their mind, they are going to, let's say they are sitting in a movie. They sit in a movie, they're living in an illusion, and they start thinking this movie is real. Like we have in our India. At some places, they have constructed temples for these Bollywood heroes and heroines. Living in illusion. Whereas a Paramhansa, when he's watching a movie, he thinks it's just a theater. You understand the difference? People who are in illusion, they think, oh, this is a movie. Why they are doing this? Why? So he gets involved into that movie. So most of us, this is a movie here. This life is a movie. And we just get so entangled into this, we think, oh, I'm the real part of it. Whereas a Paramhansa, he will step back and he will look at this. He become a Shakshi. He observes, he thinks, oh, for example, like, he will get up next day and he will say, oh, Sandeep, what are you doing? So that way, he is self-analyzing. He is self-realization. And he starts separating, realizing that I'm not this body, I'm soul. So Daksh Prajapati, he chanted these Haṁsa-guhya prayers. And when he chanted these Haṁsa-guhya prayers, Bhagavan Vishnu got pleased with him. And then Bhagavan Vishnu appeared with his servants, with Naradji and others, his servants. A lot of Vishnu Doots were there. They were singing his glories. The Lord was wearing nice garland. He had nice earrings. He had such a beautiful helmet. His eyes were like lotus petals, right? He was holding his, armor in his 8 hands. And as Daksh Prajapati sees Lord Vishnu, he bows down in front of him. He does a prostrate on the ground. And he's just looking at the Lord. He's not able to speak even a single word. And then Lord Vishnu realized that he wants to say his prayers to me. And then Lord Vishnu told Daksh that, Daksh, don't worry. I know what is in your heart. You are performing these austerities to do what? To increase the progeny. And he says, I bless you. You go and you go married. And see, this is how it works. Now Lord Vishnu even tells him, you go and get married to this girl. He tells him, there is this Prajapati. He will offer you his daughter. His daughter's name is Ikshani. See, this is the beauty of our scriptures. Even the names are mentioned. The father's name. He says, you go and get married to that Prajapati's daughter, and from your union, you will generate progeny. You will have your children. And then the Lord also blessed him. He says, you and your children, they won't get entangled into the material activities. Because you have performed so much austerity, you will always be unaffected. This time you will be unaffected, like he got pride last time. So he said, you will be unaffected, go and increase the population. And then Dakṣa Prajāpati goes, he gets married to that girl, and then he increases the project. So in the next chapter, we will talk about the daughters of Prajāpati and what happens. That is another pastime. Now Dakṣa, you say the old habits don't go away so quickly. He will get upset again with Naradji, and he will curse Naradji in the next chapter. We'll hear that next week. So we'll stop now. Yeah. Anyone has any questions or comments? Yes, please, Mataji, please.
So I just want to understand then Mother Parvati got but she is a devotee too.
Mother Sati, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
but she got so much upset. Yeah, so that what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, there is a big story, Mataji. Before this, maybe, when we do Ram Katha, I can tell you, because she had offended Lord Ram. Do you know that pastime? She went to take pariksha of Lord Ram. And before that, actually, maybe I'll just quickly, the important thing is Lord Shiva had taken her to hear Ram Katha from Agastya Rishi. एक बार त्रैता युग माही शंभु गए कुंभज ऋषि पाही संग सती जग जननी भवानी पूज्य ऋषि अखिलेश्वर जानी. So in Ramcharitmanas it is said that Lord Shiva goes to Agastya Rishi to hear Ram Katha, but Mother Sati is also with him, and she is being addressed as Jag Janani, right? But what happens is now Agastya Rishi offers a higher asan to Lord Shiva, and he starts washing feet of Lord Shiva. Now Mother Sati, a doubt creeps up in her mind. She is saying, कथा सुनने तो हम आए हैं इनसे, ये हमारे पैर धो रहे, ये हमें क्या कथा सुनाएंगे? She said Shiva has come to hear story from him, but he is washing Shiva's feet. Then what katha will he tell us? And then she did not hear Ram Katha at all. And then as they were passing through the forest, then Lord Shiva saw Lord Ram, because Ravan had taken Mother Sita just then. And then Sati is saying, this Ram, he's saying, Sita, Sita, hi Sita, hi Sita. Is he really a Lord? Lord Shiva is going down to him. Another aparadha. And then Lord Shiva read her mind. Lord Shiva told her, you don't doubt. He is the Satchidanand Bhagavan himself. और जिनकी कथा हम अभी सुन के आ रहे हैं, बट उन्होंने वो कथा ध्यान से नहीं सुनी. वो कथा ध्यान से सुनी होती तो she would have recognized he is the Lord, he is the Supreme Lord, but she did not listen to the katha properly. So this is the link. And then ultimately it is said that when she gave up her body, she says Dakṣa Shukra Sambhavya Te, because this body I have got from the virya of Dakṣa, from the sperm of Dakṣa. This body has, because there is still some ansh there. So I better give up this body because I have inherited that quality from my father. He has that quality, and because she also doubted. So this yagna just became a reason, but she was already feeling guilt about not listening to Ram Katha properly, about not listening to Lord Shiva's instructions when Lord Shiva was telling her. In fact, after that incident, she went to take test of Lord Ram. She disguised herself as Sita. उन्होंने सीता जी का भेष बना लिया. And then when she comes back, जैसे उन्होंने सीता का भेष बना के गई भगवान राम के सामने, then Lord Ram paid obeisances to her. Lord Salam is saying, आप यहाँ वन में क्या कर रही हो? Where is Lord Shiva? And then she was like, oh, because she did not hear the katha properly, she thought he's just a prince. He's a normal person. He's a prince. He's the son of a king. How can he be God? So she took pariksha of Lord Ram. But Lord Ram paid his obeisances and he asked her, कहो बहोरी कहाँ वृष केतु विपिन फिरहि अकेली कही हेतु. Where is Lord Shiva who rides on Bal, whose vahan is dharma? Vrishab Ketu, he specifically says Vrishab means dharma. So Bal is symbol of dharma. How can Lord Shiva say something and it can be unreligious? So this is what Lord Ram telling her sarcastically to tell her, where is Vrishketu? And Vipin Phirai Akeli Ke Hetu, why are you wandering in the forest alone? And then she runs back. And she goes back to Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva asks her, फिर परीक्षा ले ली? क्या किया? She says, कछु न परीक्षा लीन गोसाई कीन प्रणाम तुमरी ही नहीं. मैंने कोई परीक्षा नहीं ली. जैसे आपने प्रणाम किया, मैंने भी ऐसे प्रणाम किया और मैं प्रणाम करके आ गई. But Lord Shiva, he was antaryami, he saw her. And from that day, Lord Shiva did not offer her seat on his left side. Now, जब माता सती भगवान शिव के पास आई, तो भगवान शिव this time asked her to sit in front of him. Like a disciple is now sitting in front of the Guru. So she is no more his ardhangani. And then she realized, and then Lord Shiva went into a long trance. So it was about time she realized her mistake, but that became one of the reasons. So she was a great devotee, but the only mistake was she did not trust, she did not listen to the katha. So it is very important we come to the katha with some level of faith. Right? Otherwise, if we think, चलो नीतीश प्रभु ने बुला लिया, अगली बारी हमारे यहाँ नहीं आएगा, जाना तो चाहिए. Right? So let's have that faith. Right? Not in who is speaking the katha, but in the holy name. Even if we get to hear name of Krishna few times, that itself is good enough. Right? Okay, so I think we should stop here now. Abhi 8 bajne ko hai. So now the next activity, I think that was a good question, Madhavi. Nice, right? So we all will do Aarti now. Prabhu, who is, I think Tattvadarshi Prabhu is away today. Who is calling children here? Please call all the children, Prabhu. Right? So we all stand up now and we'll be doing Aarti.
With grace, Venu Baladas Prabhuji ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Lag Gurudev ki.